Okay, the time is 4 p.m. I will call the City of Port Atkinson Plan Commission meeting to order in person and via Zoom, Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, 4 p.m. Roll call, please.
Chairperson Hausman. Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, me? Oh, yeah. Couldn't even understand that.
Andy Selly.
Here.
Council Representative Schultz.
Here.
Commissioner Highfield.
Here.
Commissioner Testnet.
Here.
Commissioner Gray.
Here.
Commissioner Shull.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum present. We have 4 via Zoom and 3 in person. And I will just take a moment to welcome our newest commission member, Diana Shull. Welcome. Next on the agenda is review and possible action relating to the minutes of the May 23rd, 2023 regular Plan Commission meeting.
Highfield move to approve the minutes of the May 23rd, 2023 regular Planning Commission meeting.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Motion in 2 seconds. I think Secretary Selly did it first. Any discussion on the minutes? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Next on the agenda, number 4, a presentation of supplemental information relating to the preliminary plat for the property formerly addressed 426 McMillan Street. Engineer Selly.
Thank you. This has come before the commission previously, and as noted in the memo, this is really more of an update. The Planning Commission reviewed the preliminary plat. You may recognize the figure that's shown on the screen here. This is for a new road that will be built just off McMillan Street, and that road will have 5 lots on the south side of it. 4 of those lots will be receiving houses that are moved from North 4th Street. And the 5th lot, which will be on the corner of McMillan and the new street, will be a multifamily duplex lot, and that one will be a new construction lot at some point. What we didn't have at the time were the details of the road and the right-of-way improvements. In general, Planning Commission doesn't concern themselves too much with where we place various elements of that in terms of stormwater and sanitary sewer and things of that nature. But we do care about things like sidewalks and terrace width and kind of the general aesthetics of the development. Bear with me just a second. For some reason, I can't advance. We'll do it the old-fashioned way here. So I just wanted to present that to the commission here, just kind of for your review, ask questions. We have Jim Nelson in the audience with us from Ford Healthcare and Bill Pino, who is the design engineer from MSA Consultants that's working on the project. I'll walk you through a few elements of this. The blue lines that you're seeing here are the water lines. The green lines that you see here come in for the stormwater basin that we have constructed down in the lower right-hand corner here. And then the pink lines are for the stormwater. The green lines are for the sanitary sewer. Again, those are more public works related type elements of this, all below ground, except for the stormwater basin, which will be here in the corner. We did have a discussion with Mr. Pino about that stormwater basin. For now, it will remain a private stormwater basin to serve stormwater coming from the new road and the new developments, but it likely will eventually become a regional basin that the city will take over in the future. There'll be some additional developments occurring in the future in this area, and that stormwater will be routed to this particular basin here to comply with our stormwater requirements. So be a nice green feature in the area. We do have sidewalks on both sides. The street itself is 30 feet from back of curb to back of curb. We have a number of these. It is a little more narrow than the majority of our streets within the city, but more akin to the street width that we see in the older parts of the city. This is a good thing on a couple of levels. Number one, narrow streets slowed traffic down considerably. Number two, the less pavement we have to take care of, the better it is on our taxpayers and our budgets. So we truly are trying to design things really for what we need. This street will still allow parking on both sides, and it will allow 2 vehicles to pass while there are parked cars on both sides, albeit extremely slowly. So it will functionally fit the needs that we have for streets within the city. You'll note that the end of this street is a hammerhead, we call it. Traditionally, when we are designing a street, we either end the street in the cul-de-sac to allow a turnaround, or we will end the street at an intersection with an adjoining road. The hammerhead is indicative of a street that is yet to be developed out there. So we're working on an agreement with Fort Healthcare about the timing related to the development of a new street that would be an extension of Handyside Lane. If you recall, we've seen those plans drawn up by Vanderwall and Associates that was used for our comprehensive plan amendments, as well as some of our zoning amendments within the area. So we've seen that plan before, but that is a plan that's on paper. And so represents our hope for the future, but certainly does not represent a foregone conclusion. So the hammerhead will suffice for now until we are able to take those next steps on the development. I guess in the green areas that you see here, obviously we'll be receiving houses. The lot lines are there. It's a little bit faint to be able to see those. We did have a call out, if you recall, at one of our previous meetings, there was a resident that was concerned about vegetation that was along the back side of the properties along Florence. That area is called out here on the plans, and we will make sure that that residents' concerns are met or dealt with in whatever fashion we can to make sure that they're being heard. Outside of that, I don't think I have much else to present on this. Does the Planning Commission have any questions related to the layout here that I can answer?
I do, Andy, Commissioner Kesnick. I just see a couple inconsistencies between the description in the packet and the actual plans. Excuse me. In the description, it says that McMillan Street will also have sidewalk in addition to the new street, but the plans don't seem to indicate that.
That is correct. So this plan set is not the final plan set that's been submitted to us. We provided comments on this plan set to Fort Healthcare and Mr. Pino, their engineer, and those comments did include adding that sidewalk along McMillan Street.
Okay, maybe that was the meeting I missed.
No, you're correct, Commissioner Kesnick. What I'm saying is the plan set that you see in front of you does not reflect all of the final comments of city staff.
Got it. Okay.
So the memo indicated that sidewalk will be added, and that is correct. It's just simply not shown on this draft plan set.
Got it. And then also the width of the terrace, the planted area between the sidewalk and the street. Again, I think the description says 10 feet and the detail in the plan set shows 8 feet.
Correct. And that's another one. City comment was to move the sidewalks back to the edge of the right of way. So that will make the terrace a minimum of 10 feet. In fact, I think it might make it closer to 11 feet in there, because the sidewalks that are shown here are 5 foot wide, and our city standard is 4 foot wide sidewalks. So that will allow an additional foot of green space in that terrace area.
Okay, good.
We also had some comments related to street lighting within this area, and whether or not we needed to include a street light at the end of the hammerhead. Will certainly require a street light at the intersection of McMillan and the new street. And then there was discussion about terrace trees through this section. And we're waiting for some feedback from our city foresters on that. But obviously that's a detail that can be added later on.
Okay, yeah, that was my third question about the street lights. There will not be street lights along the new street then, just at the two endpoints.
We currently have a streetlight plan for the intersection of McMillan and the new street. We have not decided whether we need an additional streetlight down on the dead end near the Hammerhead area.
Okay, and more likely none directly in front of the new lots.
Correct. Yeah, the street's not quite long enough to put a
it.
mid-block light in there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments from the Plan Commission? Okay, this is not on the agenda for action tonight. It's simply a presentation of additional information. If there are no more questions, we can move on to item number 5, which is adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 We are adjourned at 4:10 p.m. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Aye.
Thanks.